What's up, my Central Unit? It's the Central Man here. So, this is my review on WWE Money in the Bank 2020. This show was at the Performance Center slash the WWE headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut, but most of the matches was at the Performance Center. I'll get to the Money in the Bank ladder match really later on in this review. The commentators for Money in the Bank 2020 represent Raw. We have Tom Phillips, Baron Sexton, and Samoa Joe on the Raw commentary booth. On the SmackDown side, we got Michael Cole and Corey Graves. Quick result in the pre-show. We have Jeff Hardy versus Cesaro. That was a good match. I give it like 3 stars. Nothing special. Nothing spectacular. In the end, Jeff Hardy hit the Swanton Bomb onto Cesaro to win this match. It makes sense because they're building this redemption storyline for Jeff Hardy. Okay, and then we got the first match to kick off the annual pay-per-view. We got a Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The New Day defended the titles against Miz and Morrison, the former SmackDown Tag Team Champions. The Lucha House Party, that is Gran Metalik and Lince Dorado, and making their first pay-per-view match on the main roster, the Forgotten Sons. Representing the Forgotten Sons are Steve Cutler and Wesley Blake. I'm not a big fan of triple threats and fatal 4-ways in tag team wrestling. Sometimes there could be misses, and sometimes there could be hits. But this was slightly a hit. I think everyone got their moments in their in the match. All the tag teams, like New Day, Forgotten Sons, Miz and Morrison, and the Lucha House Party. Like one more of the match, you had Morrison hit like a Spanish fly onto Lince Dorado off the ring into the other competitors. Kofi did like a flying knee onto Steve Cutler while Big E Langston kind of put Steve Cutler on top of the shoulders. It was starting like a brawl. You ever see tag team matches or 6-man tag team matches? They start with like brawls, hitting a finisher. Like Miz, I think he hit the skull crusher finale onto Wesley Blake. And Justin Riker got himself kicked out of the match. I don't remember he did something, so it's just whatever. Not gonna go into it. In the end, Big E hit the big ending onto I think it was on Lince Dorado to win this match and retain the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Makes sense because I said it on my predictions for this pay-per-view, New Day would win, and I was right. Anyway, so the next match was originally supposed to be R-Truth versus MVP. Unfortunately, this was more of a segment, like R-Truth's doing his shtick, singing "What's Up." It's pointless because there was no crowd. You had MVP came out, got pissed off. They kind of insulting the whole bowling stuff. That was stupid. And then you got Bobby Lashley came out, and he said to MVP, "I got it." And it makes sense because MVP and Bobby Lashley had some experience. In TNA, part of the group known as Beatdown Clan. In those 2014, 2015 TNA period. Instead of R-Truth versus MVP. For the next match, we got Bobby Lashley versus R-Truth. This was just a squash match. Bobby Lashley hit the spear on R-Truth to win this match. Let's move on to the third match of Money in the Bank 2020. We got the SmackDown Women's Championship match between Bayley versus Tamina Snuka. Before the start of this match, they did the ring announcer doing the announcing the challengers. When she or he announced Tamina's name, Bayley and Sasha were booing, and when the ring announcer announced Bayley's name, Bayley kind of put herself over, and then the early starts of the match, Bayley trying to get into Tamina's face, shoving her, pushing her. Tamina had some offense, but the whole bulk of the match, you had Bayley kind of work on the knee and the legs of Tamina, like slamming her leg near the ring post because Tamina has some history with knee injuries. I think Bayley locked Tamina in a knee bar or leg bar, whatever you call it. Tamina, she had some moments like throwing Bayley into the Bayley one moment water into Tamina's face. Tamina got pissed off, thrown Bailey into the ring announcer corner. I think Bailey hit Tamina hit the Samoan drop onto Bailey. I don't want to see, I thought they're trying to make Tamina thought she's going to be this, throughout the whole bulk of the weeks before this pay-per-view, they're building Tamina up as the serious threat for Bailey for the women's title. And I don't want to see Tamina winning it. I'm glad she did not win it. Like, she was going for like a Samoan, not Samoan drop, the superstar splash, but instead, I think Sasha got involved. But in the end, Bailey did the roll up onto Tamina to win this match, and afterwards, Bailey and Sasha beating down Tamina, and this is basically a one-match feud. I'm glad it's a one-match feud, and I hope one day I want to see Bailey versus Sasha. I hope they do it down the middle or down the road. So yeah, this match was slightly decent, nothing special. Let's move on to the next match. Next match, we've got Braun Strowman defending the Universal title against Bray Wyatt. Former members of the Wyatt family. And this was 10 minutes. This was a little bit one-sided. Bray had some offense, And also you got characters from the Firehouse Funhouse. You had the pig, what is it called? Husky the pig. You had Sister Abigail showing up. Bray hit the Sister Abigail finishing move onto Strowman. Strowman kicked out. The end of the match had Strowman was wearing this type of black sheep. You thought he's got the old Strowman, those days from the 2015-2016 period of the Wyatt family. They did the hug. Unfortunately, that was a ruse. It was a swerve. I think Braun Strowman hit the I think he hit a choke slam. I think he hit the running power slam onto Bray to win this match and retain the the Universal title. Sorry, and really it was okay. It wasn't bad. It was just one-sided. I think they told a good story. Bray's back in the line. What's next for Strowman? I don't know yet. Okay, and then we got the WWE Championship match between Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins had some new theme music. Match his character. His character is the Monday Night Messiah. For me, personally, this is match of the night for me. Match of the night. It was typical big versus small match. I know Seth Rollins is not small. He's 6'1", but he's got he's on about 210, 220, whatever he is, how much he weigh, but they told a good story, back and forth between Drew versus Seth. I felt a little bit of the match, Seth kind of work on the leg of Drew McIntyre. He did multiple, super kicks. He did the Northern Lights. I think, Drew kind of throws Seth into the announce table. I think, Seth kind of, hit the Falcon out onto McIntyre. McIntyre kicked out. He put Drew in a trio blow, and he's going for, was it a baseball sliding drop kick, but McIntyre, counted it into a suplex. In the end, Drew McIntyre hit the Claymore kick onto Seth Rollins to win this match, and retain the tag team titles. The WWE Championship. In the end, Drew, Seth and Drew shake hands. So I don't want to see Seth Rollins as a babyface because he sucks as a babyface. But what's next for Seth? Don't know. What's next for Drew? Don't know either. At least they really correctly booking Drew as a good champion. We haven't seen a good champion in years. I think AJ was the last good champion. That's for me, and I'm not going to go into the Kofi situation. So match of the night between Drew versus Seth, and then we got, for me personally, one of the worst Money in the Bank ladder matches of all time. For me, the men versus women's Money in the Bank ladder match. They did it all together, man. All together, man. The men start in the gym, and the women start ground floor. You had some kind of cameo appearances with Bruce Pritchard in the toilet, this Doink imposter. You had Stephanie McMahon on camera because Dana thought she won the actual women's briefcase, but it wasn't. It was basically a fake women's Money in the Bank briefcase full of money. You had Brian and AJ was really fighting in the office when Fitzman was in the same office. And you know, you kind of like one funny part. Yeah, basically like Otis kind of put some weight onto AJ's chest. He kind of struggled to get out of the weights, and also you had Corbin throw a weight near this mirror, and the mirror broke. That's 7 years bad luck for Corbin. You had Paul Heyman without Brock Lesnar, and the food fight thing was so fucking goofy. Carmella got took out of the match, like Nia powerbomb Mella through the table. At the beginning of the match, you had Asuka kind of did this. She kind of jumped off like the stair really near this on top of the first floor, and jumped and did like this type of splash onto the other competitors. The early parts of the women's portion of the Money in the Bank ladder match. Dana kind of slipped onto the floor near the kitchen. You had John Laurinaitis cameo, did the people power. Otis kind of threw a pie into his face, and he had AJ saw this Undertaker picture, and he did some clips from the Boneyard match from WrestleMania last month. Alistair kind of thrown him into that room with the lights and the coffin. If Paul Bearer was still alive today, I want to see the "oh yeah." Unfortunately, you know, he's dead. You know, I wish they did some sound effects with Paul Bearer's voice. That would be cool. Anyway, so some of the stuff was so goofy. You had some kind of good cameos, and when they get to the top floor, yeah, they made it to the roof, and you had Oscar and Corbin on top of the ladder, and they're fighting each other. It's like, what? Why are you fighting each other for? You know, you're fighting for the briefcase, both briefcase from, you know, Oscar's fighting for the women's briefcase, and Corbin's fighting for the men's briefcase. Why are they fighting each other? I don't get it. So anyway, Oscar won the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, so good to see Oscar winning it. The ending was so bullshit. In the end you had AJ and Corbin fighting on top of the ladder. AJ is the first one to grab the briefcase. Unfortunately, you know, Corbin and AJ were fighting, playing tug of war. Unfortunately, the briefcase dropped. Otis grabbed it. And Otis won the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. I'll get to that shortly. And before that, you had Corbin throwing Rey Mysterio and Alexander Black off the roof, and that was bullshit. That was not believable. And I heard rumors this was Rey Mysterio's final match in his second run with the company. That was so bullshit as well. Yeah, Otis is Mr. Money in the Bank ladder match. Mr. Money in the Bank on the men's side, I'm trying to say. Bullshit. I like Otis, but he don't deserve to win this. AJ won it. AJ should have won it. Because if they gave an AJ one more shot as the world champion, they should have done it. But instead, Otis is bullshit. One of the worst Money in the Bank ladder match of all time. It's not that great. I'm not gonna rate this. It's so anticlimactic. For WWE for years they keep doing. I think they're kind of ripping off Matt Hardy a little bit. You know, that's another topic for another time, but at the same time, you had some good cameos, but mostly it's so goofy and it's just, why are they doing it in the headquarters in the first place? I give WWE some props and credit, but at the same time, it's gone off so goofy and over the top, man, so. Good to see Asuka winning the Money in the Bank become women's Miss Money in the Bank winner, but Otis, no. Not on. Corbin, no. Daniel Bryan, he already won it. AJ should be the good time. So yeah, for me, my final rating for Money in the Bank 2020, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 10. Actually, yeah, I'll give it 4 out of 10, man. It's basically a one-match show. The one match you should watch. Actually, you know, the one match is good. It's match of the night for me. Has to be Drew versus Seth for the WWE Championship. Besides that, the opener was decent. Bayley versus Tamina for the women's title was basically slightly decent, but it's not like Playboy Fire say, wow, I need to watch that match again. But for me personally, 4 out of 10. One of the worst Money in the Bank ladder matches of all time, because this year marks the 50th anniversary of the Money in the Bank. It started at WrestleMania 21, and this is the 50th anniversary match. Bullshit, bullshit, goofy. I don't want to talk about it anymore. So I just can't wait for Money in the Bank. I just can't wait for AEW's Double or Nothing, man. I think Double or Nothing, once again, AEW beats WWE again. Because you got a few weeks until Double or Nothing. I will cover that. But yeah, Money in the Bank 2020, not a good show. So okay, that's my review on Money in the Bank 2020. Hope you like it. Leave your thoughts, comment section below, smash the like button, and subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube. And this is the Central Man officially signing out. Fuck WWE, fuck Money in the Bank 2020. Can't wait for AEW's Double or Nothing, man. AEW is, in my opinion, is better than WWE right now. So check you later.